You want to feel like you can cast anything freely while your opponents struggle to keep up on resources. And do I have the deck for you? Heal Stall. Hello, I'm Constellation Gaming, and this is Decklist December, where I'll be going through every single day inside of December and providing a deck list. Before we get started, I want to remind everybody that at 100 subscriptions, I will be giving away a Reverse Stellar Exaltus. All you have to do to enter this is simply like the videos and subscribe to the channel, and you will be entered. So without further ado, let's get into it. Heal Stall does, well, exactly what you think. By utilizing cards that heal every single time you play them, and a massive amount of removal to kill everything that your opponent plays, the whole goal of this deck is to stall your opponent out until they simply cannot play anything. To help us gain resources, and as a defensive wall, we're playing 3 copies of Astrabbit, a 2/5 Thunder Celestial that states when this Astrabbit receives 1 or more Thunder Spirits, you can look at the top 3 cards of your deck, then add 1 to your hand and shuffle the rest into your deck. Astrabbit is simply the best Celestial in the game, and even stronger in this deck due to the fact that re-enchanting will allow us to find more heals and also more removal, which our opponent will struggle to deal with. Now, we can't be a heal deck without playing heals, so we're playing 3 copies of Quackle, a 2/3 Thunder Celestial that states when this Quackle is cast, you can return up to 3 Thunder Spirits from your Underworld to your Spirit deck. We're playing 2 Sluggle, 2/2/1 Water Celestial that states when you cast this Sluggle, return up to 3 Water Spirits from your Underworld to your Spirit deck. And we're playing 2 copies of Tratagua, a 1/4 Water Celestial that states when it receives 1 or more Water Spirits, return up to 2 Water Spirits from your Underworld to your Spirit deck. Now we might be a heal stall deck, however we do need the ability to beat over some pesky Celestials that can cause a problem for us. In order to help us with this, we're going to be playing 3 copies of Eddie, of 1 cost Water Celestial that's a 4/1 and states when you cast this Eddie you can change the position of an Celestial. When a player casts a Rock and a Hard Place, specialists send this Eddie into Curibus from your hand or deck. Now the second part of this is not relevant due to the fact that we're not playing either of the 2 cards mentioned in the second part of the ability. However, the first part of the ability will be really strong for helping us deal with uh, menace Celestials, such as the next Celestial we're playing, and also playing to help deal with Viserys. We're playing Viserys in part to help deal with other Viserys, since he will get +1 attack for each Viserys on the field. How many times can I say Viserys in one sentence? Not only is he a good beat stick, but Viserys counters Viserys, so we play 2 due to the fact that we're only allowed to play 2. It was limited to 2 for a reason. Since our opponent will more than likely be up on resource or up on board state than us, we will easily have the ability to utilize this to our advantage by playing not only 1 but 2 Liths. We're playing 1 copy of Lavalith, a 2-cost Fire Celestial that's a 6/4 and states this Lavalith can be normal cast for 2 Fire Spirits. If an opponent has at least 2 or more enchanting spirits than you do when you cast this Lavalith, you can target and destroy a rune. And we're playing 1 copy of Arcalith, a 6/4 2-cost Thunder Celestial that states this Arcalith can be normal cast for 2 Thunder Spirits. If an opponent has at least 2 Celestials in attack position, you can cast this Arcalith. When you cast this Arcalith, you can enchant up to 3 Thunder Spirits from your Underworld to your field. So essentially a pseudo heal card and an easily big body. Either one of these cards can turn the game on their own, so the ability to play both of them in a single deck with no hesitation and no struggle is extremely strong. And to finish out the Elestrals, we are playing one copy of Elichick. Elichick is a 4/1 Thunder Celestial that states when you normal cast this Elichick, you can search your deck for a Divine Rune and add it to your hand. In order to pair with our Elichick, and moving on to the runes, we will be playing one copy of Zeus. Zeus not only pairs with the Elichick and being easily searched by it, you can also utilizing Zeus's ability that states when you cast this Zeus, you can enchant up to 3 thunder to it. You can disenchant 1 thunder from this Zeus in order to target an opponent's Celestial and give it -3 attack and -3 defense until end of turn. You can utilize this with some of our smaller guys in order to allow them to beat over a guy they would normally not be allowed to beat over. You can also utilize Zeus in very well pairing with our next removal card. 3 copies of Cryoblast, a 1 cost Frost Invoke rune that states when you can target a non-Frost enchanted Celestial until the end phase, give it -2 defense, and until end of turn, when that Celestial hits 0 defense, you must destroy it. We're playing one copy of Earthquake because Earthquake is extremely strong and was limited to 1 for a reason. We're also playing one copy of Laurels, but I don't believe that that should have been touched, but that's a topic for a different day. Now, in order to finish out our removal package and to transition into the counter runes, we will be playing 3 copies of Poison Tipped Arrow. Poison Tipped Arrow is a 1 cost Omni rune that states this Poison Tipped Arrow can be cast whenever an opponent casts an Celestial. Target in a given -2 attack until the end phase. During the end phase, you can expend equal to the Celestial's enchantment cost and destroy it. PTA can be extremely relevant with our small bodies, but it's also just removal. So why not? For the rest of the counter runes, we're playing what I like to call the other 9 in the typical 12. So we're playing 3 copies of Gorgon's Gaze, a 2 cost Omni rune that states target an Celestial on the field until end phase, suppress it. If its an effect is on the chain, cancel it. That Celestial cannot attack, receive spirits, cannot nexus, or ascend. So Gorgon's Gaze essentially says no to everything in the game that an Celestial can do and is extremely strong. We're playing 3 copies of Shield, a 1 cost Omni rune that states when an opponent's Celestial declares an attack, you can expend equal to that opponent Celestial's enchantment cost and send it back to their hand. Extremely just in this deck, Shield is a lot better than other decks due to the fact that they will have to recast that 1 spirit, or they'll have to use that 1 spirit to recast the Celestial, and Shield will make it so we can also possibly re-enchant our Rabbit or our Drotagwa for another turn for more resources or heals. And lastly, we're playing 3 copies of Tsunami, a 1 cost water counter rune that states change all Celestials to defense position unless they are water enchanted. Extremely strong counter rune, and pretty much like Fog from Magic, where it just nullifies an entire attack phase, unless, of course, they are water enchanted. Now, to finish off the runes, we are playing 3 copies of Ambrosia, since Ambrosia is not only mandatory in every single deck in the game right now, it is mandatory in this deck due to the fact that we're playing heal stall, so we want as much heal as possible. And for the last card, it is 2 copies of Nectar of the Gods, pay 2 to draw 2, in this deck we have a lot more leeway with our spirits, so it's essentially a free draw 2. As far as the spirits go, we're running 2 Vipyro for the Lavalith, we're running 4 Terratlas for the Earthquake and for the Viscerus, we're running 2 Flurmine for the Cryoblast, 5 Leviathan for our combination of healers and stuff like that to play with, and our tsunamis. And we're playing 7 Zaptor because a majority of our deck is Thunder, and we want to have a lot of our Thunder Spirits not only on board, but also in the Underworld at the same time to be able to heal them back. That'll do it for this video. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe, as I will be putting out this content daily. I hope you have a good day and enjoy. Bye.